Alright, here we go. Two burly boys played Pokemon in their youth. One had to grow up, the other stayed true. Now the large grown-up child can name all of them, but the other guy probably 510. Now what can they do? Why don't they review? Now we'll talk about them till we die.
Die?
Welcome, everybody. I'm Joachim.
And I'm Frank.
And this is your
Certified Poke-Moment,
where we feature and talk about one Pokemon evolution line every week.
Today's featured Pokemon is, let's see if we can get a generation we haven't done yet, Beautifly! That's a Gen 3.
Yeah, we've already done.
That's okay, that's okay.
I really like...
We get to talk about, like, 5 Pokemon.
Wow.
Holy crap.
So for context, Beautifly has a split evolution. Mm-hmm. So, and we will 100% talk about every part of that, its evolution line.
Oh, we get to talk about Wurmple, one of the cutest bug types.
Yeah, I love everything about the Beautifly line.
Mm-hmm. I love most things about the Beautifly line.
I mean, I don't know that much about it, other than...
Wait a minute. There was an episode we did, I can't remember which one. I was trashing Gen 3, and you were, like, trying to name different Pokemon that were, like, great from Gen 3, and you named Dustox as one of them.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
I love Dustox.
Yeah, I can't believe that happened. That's amazing. So here's what we're going to do, since there's so many Pokemon. We are just going to start from Wurmple. I'm going to talk about typings and evolution lines for everything. We're just going to go in order here. So... Introduced in Generation 3, Wurmple is a bug type. He's the Route 1 bug from Gen 3. And then he evolves into either Silcoon or Cascoon at level 7.
And they differentiate by the eyes, right?
Yeah, the eyes and the color. The eyes are a bit smaller and and he's more white on Silcoon, and Cascoon is more purplish with really big eyes, and they're kind of like red. And then at level 10, so almost immediately, you get a fully evolved bug type almost immediately.
Wow.
Silcoon evolves into Beautifly at level 10, and Cascoon evolves into Dustox at level 10. Now, Joachim, do you know what determines Wurmple's evolution into Silcoon or Cascoon?
I thought it was random. The thing is, I haven't interacted with Dustox since I was a kid.
So what determines Wurmple's evolution is something called a personality value. Now, by my research, it's saying it's entirely random. It's saying that personality values can't be influenced or seen by the player. So I think that's different than nature. I'm seeing a different source from like 2008, and it's just from GameFAQs that say it can be determined by nature. But I don't know if that's true.
Where are they getting that information?
So I'm just going to go with the fact that it's an unseen thing and that it's essentially random. That comes from Bulbapedia, so you can fact check me if you want. But once evolving into a Beautifly, it becomes bug flying, and if evolved into a Dustox, it is bug poison.
Yeah.
So there are different strategies and different move pools and purposes to these Pokemon. But before we get too deep into things, let's talk ability. Wurmple's ability, it has 2. Its only non-hidden ability is Shield Dust. Damaging moves used by the opponent will not have an additional effect. So, not that it would survive a Flamethrower, but Flamethrower would not be able to burn Wurmple and stuff like that.
It's kind of cool. Does it keep that ability?
We'll see. Its hidden ability is Runaway. Except for trainer battles, it can always run from battle. It still cannot switch during Mean Look or Block, though.
It's pointless.
Yeah, it's just you'll always be able to run away. It doesn't matter what level the Pokemon is. Because if this Wurmple was sent out against like a level 45,
it's a Wurmple.
For
level 45
Graveler, I just forgot Graveler's name. Then it would still be able to switch out despite being such a lower level.
It should allow you to at least switch out of like Mean Look.
Yeah.
Right? Because it would make it less of a terrible ability.
Yeah, it's a nothing ability. Silcoon gets and I imagine this is the same for Cascoon, gets the ability Shed Skin. Every turn, it has a 1 in 3 chance of healing from any status condition. Oh. And that is the same for Cascoon. Now, Beautifly, its only non-hidden ability is Swarm. When HP is below 1/3 its maximum, power of bug-type moves is increased by 50%. So that's kind of like the starter's abilities, you know? Because all starters have the same abilities unless it's their hidden ability.
Are you serious?
All starter Pokemon have, like, fire. All fire starters have Blaze. All grass have Overgrow. And all water, I think it's Torrent.
Yeah, that sounds right.
They all have the
I remember
same.
seeing them. I like water types, and I see a lot of Torrent
Yeah.
in my days.
And then hidden abilities will vary, but Beautifly's hidden ability is Rivalry. Attack and special attack is increased by 25% if the foe is of the same gender. Attack and special attack is decreased by 25% if the foe is of the opposite gender.
Oh, that was almost like really cool.
It sucks, doesn't it? That's not great. Luxray also famously gets that ability. So that kind of sucks.
It's like it's a flip of the coin whether you'll suck or be slightly better.
Yep. Dustox's abilities, it keeps Shield Dust from Wurmple.
Oh.
And then its hidden ability is Compound Eyes. It raises the Pokemon's accuracy by 30%. It's just instant accuracy buff.
Okay, yeah. So, like, does it have a lot of moves that are, like, low accuracy?
Poison Powder is 75 accuracy.
Okay.
So that helps. That boosted a decent amount.
Does it have Toxic?
Yeah, that's 90 accuracy, so Toxic's probably always going to hit.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be better to just use Toxic than Poison Powder?
Yes.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It would be for sure.
Because for anyone who doesn't know, Toxic. So Poison Powder gives a Pokemon a regular poisoning, right? So they'll take, like, 1/16 damage every time.
Yeah.
Toxic, on the other hand, is advanced poisoning.
Called Badly Poison.
Badly Poison, where it does what?
It worsens every turn. Let me click on it to see if it gives better information. A move that leaves the target badly poisoned, its poison damage worsens every turn. I think it doubles each turn, I want to say.
Well, that's insane, because then it would do, what, 1/16, and then it would do, what, 1/8?
And then it would do a quarter. And then a half.
And then half?
Half what the current HP might... No, that wouldn't... I think half its maximum.
That's insane.
So yeah,
Toxic's amazing then.
I could be wrong. I'm not seeing any specifics. It's not specifically telling me how much it does.
It would have to be the
or you know what? Maybe I think Toxic may start out 1% lower. So instead of a 16th, it'd be like a 32nd. Maybe it starts at a 32nd, then goes to a 16th, then it starts to stack like that.
Because that's really freaking good.
So yeah, Toxic's great. And yeah, all of its other moves, even by TM, they kind of don't even really need Compound Eyes. But
what does the Shield Dust do again? I'm sorry for interrupting you.
No, you're good. I was just looking for stuff. Shield Dust, damaging moves used by the opponent will not have an additional effect. So again, it's like the flamethrower example.
Nice. Or like if there's a move, like a damaging move that lowers your defense or something, it won't do that.
Yeah, good point. That would be really nice. Okay, so I'm really only going to talk about the movesets for Beautifly and Dustox because Cascoon and Silcoon only get Harden. And why do we need to know the moveset of Wurmple?
Yeah.
It's just going to be a lesser version of Beautifly and Dustox. So since we're already talking about Dustox, it gets... fairly regular bug poison type moves. It gets confusion, level 12. So that's some psychic coverage early on. It gets Venoshock. So you pair that with Toxic, and you know what Venoshock does?
What does Venoshock do?
The user drenches the target in a special poisonous liquid. This move's power is doubled if the target is poisoned.
What's the base damage?
65. So if it's poisoned, it'll do a ton of damage.
Wow.
So pair that with Toxic, and it's pretty good. You have Dustox's Poison Stab. So great. Good stuff right there.
That's actually amazing.
Uh-huh.
Wow, Venoshock is a move that is...
Yeah, decent amount of poison types can learn it. It's also a TM.
That's really good.
It gets Bug Buzz and Quiver Dance. Wow, I did not know Dustox would get Quiver Dance.
What does Quiver Dance do?
It's like the Quiver Dance is
Confuses or something?
No. The user lightly performs a beautiful mystic dance. This boosts the user's special attack, special defense, and speed. Quiver Dance is like a move you really want to have on like Volcarona because it can really start to power it up quick.
Wow.
Yeah, that's cool. That's good stuff.
Dustox. This is Dustox, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and it can also learn Psychic and Shadow Ball and
Yes.
Sludge Bomb by TM.
Honestly, I think I might have had all of those on my Dust.
Yeah.
Wait, so did I have Sludge Bomb? Did Sludge Bomb exist?
No, Sludge Bombs existed in Gen 3.
All right.
It has
At least
to
in Gen
have.
4, I had a Dustox. I love Dustox.
Yeah, Dustox is actually a pretty cool Pokemon. I prefer it to Beautifly, at least. It gets like Energy Ball. Hey, it gets U-Turn and Defog. Defog is really good for clearing hazards like Toxic Spikes and Stealth Rocks and Sticky Web.
Oh.
So let's talk stats on Dustox while we're here. We'll get back to Beautifly in a second. HP 60, Attack 50.
Oh.
Special Attack is also 50.
Are you serious?
It's a Route 1 bug.
Oh,
it's not meant to be on your team throughout the
I'm
entire
gonna be
region.
sick. Oh, what do you mean it's not meant to be?
Okay.
If you can't just catch a Wurmple and be like, oh, I'm gonna get rid of my little Wurmple.
I love Wurmple, but they're basically meant to just carry you through the beginning of the game a little bit. Not even carry. And then once you hit like the
I need to
fifth
sit
gym,
down. This hurts me a lot.
defense is
gosh.
70, not the worst. Special defense is 90. That's
Okay.
good. Speed is 65.
What do you think that? What?
Dustox is an early route. Hey, you get a Dustox at level 10, and Wurmple's one of the first Pokemon you can catch in the game.
Is Vikavolt better?
Much.
It's a Route 1 bug.
But you have to use a Thunderstone to get a Vikavolt.
And
It makes it rarer.
make make a Poison Stone, a Rancid Stone.
And in the generation Vikavolt was introduced, actually, I'm talking modern day. Originally, you had to take Vikavolt to like a specific spot on the map to evolve it.
And
you couldn't do that till like 5 or 6 gyms in.
fine.
So it's stronger because you can only get it later.
They should do that for my boy Dustox. And
Maybe they
Beautifly.
should. Maybe they should. You gonna cry about
I'm
it?
gonna cry about it. I love Dustox.
Dustox is a really great Pokemon. Popularized best probably by Jessie in the Pokemon
Jessie had
anime.
it.
Her and May were arguing over
Beautifly and
their
Dustox.
beauty flies, and then when Jessie's Wurmple evolved into a Cascoon instead of a Silcoon, she's like, "Oh well, maybe mine just looks different because it's better than yours." And then she got a Dustox, and she was like, "What is this ugly thing?" But then she learned to love it.
I love Dustox. I love Dustox's fat little body.
Dustox has always been cooler than Beautifly in my opinions. And you know what? Before we move on to Beautifly, let's just keep talking about Dustox for a second. Gender ratio. It's got the weird one.
Oh, no.
50.2% male,
Why?
49.8% female.
Is Beautifly gonna be the
If it's
inverse?
opposite,
If it's the
I'll be
inverse,
happy.
I'll be at least.
Just real quick, I'll check. Hey, Jokum. It's not the inverse, it's the same.
I'm gonna vomit. I'm. Oh my gosh. Names. Give me names. I freaking hate the Pokemon Company.
That's amazing.
You weirdos.
It's so
you
stupid.
weirdos.
It's so stupid and so funny. I wanted to also say, look at its shiny. That's a decent shiny.
Its wings become slightly dirtier.
Become a brown, kind of like a really weird brown color, and its body becomes
Lighter.
the slightest possible shade lighter.
And this is better to you.
I think so. I like it. I think it's one of those minor changes, like Umbreon. It's a minor change, but it's a good one.
Umbreon becomes
It's
greenish?
yellow. No, it's yellow rings turn to blue. That's it.
No, that's badass. This is
Yeah.
boring.
This isn't boring. I like the brown rings. It kind of resembles a real
No, it's
moth
not-
a bit more.
Oh, you're saying that the outer rings are brown. Like the outer... You said brown rings. They're
wings. I meant wings.
wings, okay.
Sorry,
Because
I
the
meant
rings are
wings.
just slightly more
They might even be the
magenta.
exact same color red, honestly.
I-
Oh, no, they're a
no,
bit
no, they're
different. They're lighter. I don't know. I like
Red?
Dustox shiny.
That's like purple. Oh,
That's
what
like a
the
wine
heck
red.
color is that?
That's a wine red, baby.
Are they the same and it's just like juxtaposed?
That's what I'm wondering.
Anyways.
Its height is 3'11". Seems it's big
Yeah,
moth, just a big moth.
That is a really big moth. Honestly, I'm surprised they made it that big.
Yeah.
Out of all the cool Pokemon they made too small,
Yep.
they made a 3-foot moth.
All right. Let's go ahead and talk about Beautifly. Let's start back at movesets again. And as far as movesets for Beautifly goes, it can learn a bit more grass moves, but it is still just a bug flying type. So it gets different moves like Air Cutter. It gets
Leech Seed? Does it have Leech Seed?
It gets Leech Life.
Leech Life?
And Giga Drain.
I don't know why I would have thought Leech Seed.
Leech Life, Giga Drain, Bug Buzz. It also gets Quiver Dance. Something I forgot to mention with Dustox is Dustox gets Moonlight, which heals you, but more so at night. Beautifly gets Morning Sun, which heals you, but more so in the day. Butterflies are out during the day, moths are out at night,
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, that's a cool attention to detail.
Tell that to cabbage moths.
What?
It's a moth that eats brassicas.
Okay.
Dustox
gets, Poison Powder. Beautifly gets Stun Spore. It's that sort of deal. As far as, TMs go, Solar Beam, it also gets things like Psychic, Shadow Ball, Energy Ball, U-Turn. It gets Defog too. Stats. Oh, Dustox got the short end of the stick.
Oh, don't tell me that. No, not my boy. Not my boy.
Yeah, HP 60. Attack. Do you remember Dustox's attack?
No, what was it, 50?
No, it was a bit high. I hope it was a bit higher.
I think it was 50.
I think Dustox. Oh, they're both 50. Dustox's defense is 70, special defense is 90. Remember that.
Oh no, this is inverted.
Yes, it is.
Oh, this is
Beautifly's defense and special defense are 50.
Oh,
Beautifly's physical attack is 70.
Oh,
and its special attack is 100.
That's not even inverse. That's just playing favorites. Oh gosh, I'm gonna be sick.
Yep, Beautifly hits a lot harder.
I don't know how to...
Speed is 65, so that's still kind of slow.
Is it slower than Dustox? Watch Dustox be like speed 70.
Yep, 65. They're the
same. So their base stats are different.
Yes, their stats. No.
The base stats are what?
Beautifly's base stat is 395,
and then the other one's what? 390.
385.
Oh, why? They could have been the same.
Dustox is 10 base points weaker.
I'm gonna be sick. How could they do this?
Oh man, that's funny. Oh man, I'm so sorry, Joe.
I need to commit acts of terrorism. That's a joke.
But with a 100 special attack, you may be able to hang on to your Beautifly longer than your Dustox.
I don't want to hang on to my Beautifly. I want my Dustox.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jokum. Beautifly is 3'3". Okay. Yep, it has that same gender ratio.
Why? Why do they do that?
I don't know. Weird. Pokemon Company v. Pokemon Company Ian. Jokum's having heart palpitations over here.
This is not the fun episode I thought it was going to be.
And as far as the shiny goes, I am pretty indifferent. I don't really like the oversaturated colors.
I don't know. I think it's better than Dustox.
The black on its wings become like a weird purple, and the black on its head and its antenna become like a brown.
I wish it kept the black on its head, or at least turned purple.
Actually, it gets browner overall on its body.
Yeah, I don't know.
So you know what freaks me out about Beautifly?
Why?
It's got little hands and feet. It's got like Jigglypuff hands and feet, and it weirds me out.
Oh, because it's like a bug.
Yeah, I don't know why it has those. I don't know. I just don't like it.
I've never even thought about that. That's a good point.
Yeah, it's weird.
But you'd rather have like little like spindly bug.
I'd rather have actual butterfly legs. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It'd be better.
Yeah, it might be better. But I mean, also, but think about what's the boring? Oh, Butterfree. So yeah, I said it's boring. Gen 1ers, come at me.
Yeah, Butterfree
has little nubs.
Yeah, it does. I feel like they fit Butterfree more for some reason.
I think well, they're like
Butterfree
like
already
they're
looks
almost like Kirby nubs.
Yes, Butterfree already looks more pocket monster-y than Beautifly does.
Yeah.
So it kind of works. We can go ahead and talk about the shinies for the de-evolved forms real quick. Silcoon shiny turns into this
cream.
What do you call it? Creamy, a tanny cream color with blue eyes.
Yellow.
So that's something. Cascoon gets green. Very green.
Hell yeah. Men will see Cascoon and go, hell yeah.
And then Wurmple is one of my favorite shinies ever.
Wurmple has a really good shiny.
The red becomes this beautiful shade of purple. It looks so good.
Pardon my chair. It's very creaky.
It's a creaky chair. I don't know if you heard it, but now you're going to be looking out for it. There it is. Yeah, Wurmple's one of the Pokemon I really, really wanted to shiny hunt in Legends Arceus. I think I did find one. I'm almost positive I found one. Honestly, I don't know if I want to evolve it. I just love shiny Wurmple. Yeah. When my wife and I went to Japan on our honeymoon, you can't see anything, but imagine I'm pinching my fingers together. I was this close to getting a Wurmple sitting cutie, but I didn't. I don't know why.
How does Wurmple sit? Is this the part of the show where I can look at Wurmple sitting cuties?
There's some other stuff I want to talk about, but you know what? Let's go out of order. It doesn't matter. Let's look at sitting cuties really quick.
I think this might be one of our longer episodes at least. It's so cute.
It's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
So cutely.
Yeah. I really should have gotten one, but don't be ashamed of me, listening audience, but I bought almost a dozen sitting cuties.
Really? While you were there?
Not counting the Gengar I have. If you go to my YouTube channel, let's be frank, I film all my Pokemon videos surrounded by sitting cuties. Not counting the Gengar you'll see there, because I got that from a claw machine later on. I bought 13 sitting cuties. No, because I also have the Chimecho. I bought 14 sitting cuties.
How much are they each?
Less than $10.
Oh. I can't be mad at you.
They're like $7, $8, $9, something like that.
That also means you spent almost
Actually,
$100.
Some of them are over 10.
I like the Chatot.
Yeah, the Chatot is really... I'm talking away from the mic, sorry. The Chatot is really cute. I love sitting cuties. They're adorable. They're called cuties for a reason.
Wow. When did you get the Exploud? Recently, right?
Oh, yeah, I did get the Exploud pretty recently. I wonder why that is. Go to my YouTube channel so you can see the Exploud sitting cutie, but oh no, we've been tangenting.
Anyways.
Oh no. Go ahead and look up Silcoon and Cascoon sitting cutie, please, Jokum. Let me see those orbs.
I can't... That's crazy that there's a Silcoon, Cascoon sitting cutie. But yeah, they have to make it.
They have to make them. They've made all 4 Deoxys forms. They have to do everything.
Certainly is a ball with spikes on it.
I'm glad they kept the spikes because because they used to have those spikes in like when they were created in Gen 4 in the Sprite era.
Yeah.
In the 3D era, they do not have those spikes.
They removed the freaking spikes?
I mean, I've been showing you on Cerebi this whole time.
Oh, I'm gonna be sick. Pokemon Company, why would you remove the spikes?
Yeah, up through Gen 5. Up through Gen 5 in the Sprite era, they had the spikes.
That's disgusting. Why would they remove the spikes?
I have no idea. I have no freaking clue.
Oh, I gotta stop.
Dustox is so cute. You know what? I did almost buy Dustox too.
I almost bought Dustox. So good. Guys, we just had the scare of our lives.
Yeah, for
Audacity crashed, and we thought we lost
everything.
All of that bull crap.
That whole episode was almost gone. But it crashed. Like, we noticed the crash almost literally right when it happened, thankfully. Just by accident. Completely by accident, we noticed when it crashed.
Oh, my heart.
Yeah, that was super scary. We were debating, like, continuing this recording or just putting Wurmple off for a later date. It was bad. But, thankfully, it's all still here, and the only thing that was missed was us saying that Beautifly also has a good sitting cutie, but Dustox is better. Holy crap. That would have killed us.
Hey, do we want to look at some Pokédex entries?
We did that.
We did?
Did we not do that?
No.
Oh my gosh, guys, I'm so sorry. We skipped one of the most fun parts. All right, we're going all the way back to Gen 3. Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Jokum, pick any one of these Gen 3 entries, preferably maybe Ruby, Sapphire, or Emerald. I don't care about Fire Red Elite.
Routes 101, 102, and
103.
Okay, it's always good. It's always a good bit. I'm going to choose Sapphire because I was a Sapphire baby.
Sure.
Wurmple, all caps, is targeted by Swellow as prey. Oh, that's sad. This Pokemon will try to resist by pointing the spikes on its rear at the attacking predator. It will weaken the foe by leaking poison from the spikes. Oh.
Don't hurt me. I'm big and strong.
Poor little Wurmple. All right, do we want to? I'm gonna jump to Silcoon.
Yeah,
next.
we'll do one Dex entry from each.
And I'm gonna keep going Sapphire.
Sure.
Silcoon was thought to endure hunger and not consume anything before its evolution. However, it is now thought that this Pokemon slakes its thirst by drinking rainwater that collects on its silk.
Whoa.
Okay, that's kind of cool. I haven't ever heard the word slake.
No,
like
that is the first time.
The first time I've ever heard that. Now, the Sapphire for Cascoon entry is If it is attacked, Cascoon remains motionless, however badly it may be hurt.
Ooh.
It does so because if it were to move, its body would be weak upon evolution. This Pokemon will also not forget the pain it endured.
Oh my, what a weird little thing to end with.
Why?
That's so terrible.
Do you want to do the Beautifly and then Dustox?
Sure, I'll do Beautifly and Dustox. Is this Beautifly? I'll do Ruby, because I was a Ruby boy.
You were?
Yeah.
You skipped Ruby, I thought.
I had Ruby and then Emerald, the Game Boy cartridges. I played them in my DS.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I don't think I ever finished Ruby, because I was bad at the game, but I definitely finished Emerald.
Oh.
Ruby. Beautifly's favorite food is the sweet pollen of flowers.
Aww.
If you want to see this Pokemon, just leave a potted flower by an open window. Beautifly is surely to come looking for pollen.
Aw,
That's adorable. I could have sworn there's an entry somewhere that talks about Beautifly, like, attacking people.
Yeah.
Hold on. It might be in Sun and Moon.
Beautifly will show up on your door if you're feeling like bad emotions and suck out your juice.
It doesn't have a Pokedex entry in Sun and Moon.
Oh.
Here we go. Pokemon Y. It has an aggressive nature.
What?
It stabs prey with its long, narrow mouth to drain the prey's fluids.
It has an aggressive nature. Such a stupid entry.
Yeah.
This butterfly it's pissed off and it'll freaking stab you with its proboscis.
And then Ruby for Dustox. Dustox is instinctively drawn to light. Swarms of this Pokemon are attracted by the bright lights of cities, where they wreak havoc by stripping the leaves off roadside trees for food.
Aww.
It's a hungry little, plump little bug.
That's Ruby, right?
Yes, that's Ruby. Do you want me to read Sapphire?
Yeah, well, I guess you read 2 entries for Beautifly. Sapphire's interesting.
I can go and read its, like, X or Y
Yeah,
entry,
maybe X and
like
Y
I
have
did
good
for
entries.
Beautifly. Just for the heck of it. Oh, here we go. Y. It violently flutters its wings to scatter toxic dust when attacked. It becomes active after sunset.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
I like it.
Its
Violent.
X entry just talks about it invading cities again.
Oh, okay.
Well, very cool. I thought we had talked about Pokedex entries earlier. Sorry about that. Not that it matters what order we do this in.
It might matter for some people.
It might. A little structure is always nice, but still, as long as we get to everything. I can't really talk about strategies because you're not going to use these Pokemon in competitive.
Oh.
They're bugs.
Oh,
You're not going to use bugs.
my boy.
You send out a Beautifly into a Stealth Rock covered field, it will die.
But it's flying.
Stealth Rock hits flying types.
Stealth Rocket's flying?
Yeah.
That's why
That's why
flying
Pokemon
in the air.
That's why Pokemon like Charizard and Volcarona have such a hard time with Stealth Rocks. They need the newer-ish item, heavy-duty boots, to avoid stuff like that. So, okay, fine. Give your Beautifly heavy-duty boots, send it into competitive, and watch it get one-shot by a non-very effective move.
Yeah. So sad.
A bullet punch would probably do half this thing's health.
Do we want to see any alternate forms for Beautifly and Dustox? I mean, Dustox is perfect.
I think they're fine. I couldn't imagine an alternate form for these Pokemon.
I think an alternate form would be them just making regular Dustox better stats-wise.
Maybe a Mega then. A Mega. Mega Dustox and Mega Beautifly.
How do you Mega Dustox?
They Mega Beedrill.
But they just gave him a bigger drill, which makes sense.
And Beedrill is Mega Beedrill is one of my favorite megas. It looks so cool.
It's a good mega, but what do you crank up to 10 on a Dustox? I love Dustox.
Maybe it's
make him bigger and fatter.
Maybe it
and even happier.
It has poisonous spores just emanating around it, and it has like this kind of like how in Avatar: The Last Airbender, Aang, you kind of see Aang's air as he's putting it around him.
Yeah.
Maybe Dustox has like toxic spores just circling around it and stuff, and it just gets bigger.
Anger consumes it as it emanates the toxic poison, and it's so freaking angry that it's crying.
It no longer just goes for the leaves on trees of cities, but for people too.
And Beautifly's, it sticks even more things with its proboscis, and it's pissed off and has an even more violent nature. I hate Mega Evolution entries.
Yeah, they're funny. I think they're funny. I don't know what you could really do it. Well, Butterfree, again, we'll mention Butterfree. It got a Gigantamax, and you know what? It just got bigger. It's not even a cool Gigantamax like Centiskorch or like Kingler. Garbodor.
Why? Yeah, what a waste.
Butterfree,
Give it something cool.
Butterfree and Corviknight, in my opinion, are the two worst Gigantamax because they literally just look bigger.
Yeah.
There's not much changes at all. Yeah, I guess Beautifly could just
have a longer proboscis.
Yeah, what type could we slap onto it? Maybe Fairy again? Maybe slap on, maybe they make like Bug Fairy.
And Dustox could be like Ghost Poison.
Oh, that's a cool concept. Maybe, yeah, like it.
Fire poison because it's like Dustox gets attracted to light.
I mean, Ampharos got dragon slapped onto it because it got hair. So I mean, anything could happen. No,
is there lore behind that? Like, what's the reason?
I'm sure there is, and when we get to Ampharos, we'll talk about it.
Wow, that's cool.
Oh boy, but I think. Oh gosh, I don't want to do Wed. They're just
here we
bugs.
Go. This is the part of the roll the thing.
This is the part of the show where the boys discuss how edible, edible the pocket monsters that we focused on won't belong. Turn up and come along to the segment of the show.
Yes, indeed. This is the part of the show where we talk about how we want to, air quotes, wed a bug, whether we'd eat the bug, and how we would kill the bug.
Oh man, this is gonna go by fast.
Wed. This is worse than the mole.
Yeah, honestly.
For context, we did an episode on a mole.
On Excadrill.
Excadrill.
Yeah, a few episodes ago. If you haven't listened to it, go listen to it, because it was a good episode, but Excadrill just isn't wettable, and these bugs even more so.
No, this is a 0.
No, Metagross is a 0.
Metagross isn't a bug, though. Bugs are gross. I love Dustox.
No, you love Dustox, exactly.
Yeah, I don't want to wed it. I love Metagross, too. I would rather wed Metagross than Dustox.
Wed becomes a much harder concept to wrap your head around when it's not, like, human-shaped.
Yes.
Like when we did Lurantis, I can wrap my head around that. I can imagine cooking with them and sitting down at the table to eat. Dustox is a big moth. What am I going to do with that? I can't share a bed with a Dustox.
Yeah, no.
I can't. I'm done.
I'm
done. That's
End
it.
of sentence.
Yeah. Same with Beautifly.
0 out of 10.
Now, as far as pets go, I would have an unevolved Wurmple, and I would love that thing
Oh,
so
yeah.
much.
Oh, pet fed and dead. I would pet the heck out of it.
Yeah. Pet fed and dead. Oh, we can't change it now, but if only we could turn back time. Would this thing be a good pet? Would actually be a great question
so
to ask.
I think with things that are unwettable, we should put it into the pet tier.
But you know what? Going back to Pokemon like Garbodor or Metagross,
I wouldn't pet
real
it either.
life. No, they'd be bad pets too.
It's unwettable and unpettable. But
okay,
Wurmple, petable. I would have a Dustox. I would love a little Dustox.
Yes. Nice Dustox.
As long as it can control its poison and doesn't poison me.
Yeah, having a Beautifly in your massive garden. Oh, wonderful.
That'd be so nice.
Fed. You can eat bugs.
But I don't want to eat a moth.
But do people?
Gross.
Yeah, people don't really eat moths or butterflies. There's no meat to them.
You eat the caterpillars before they become that, though.
Wurmple. Would you eat a Wurmple?
No. I wouldn't eat it, but like if I was in a country where they eat Wurmple, I would try it because I'd be like, okay, you guys clearly have a history of eating this thing and it's not going to kill me.
I bet Kanto eats Wurmples. Ugh, dirty Cantonians.
Cantonians. Gen 1ers, you're not safe here.
This is not a safe space for you.
Are we edgy? Are we the guys who start podcasts that people warn people about?
Yeah.
Oh.
You should have to take a background test before you sell podcast equipment.
Western civilization is falling apart.
I love Wurmple, but we always have to go morbid with these. I would eat a Wurmple. I'd cook up a Wurmple, put it in a taco shell, and just
I wouldn't happily do it. It's
it'd
4
be,
out of 10 on the eating scale.
Yeah, 4 out of 10 seems good.
I feel like above 5 is like, yeah, no, I would eat that.
Well, you ever... Okay, this is a mild tangent, but I swear it has to do with what we're talking about. You ever see that film theory episode where Matt Pat is like, could Simba really survive on bugs? And he talks about these like gigantic worms you can find in Africa and how they're pretty rare, but they're ginormous. And he'd have to eat like 100 of those a day to survive. And it's like... Big worms like that exist,
Yeah.
and they offer a lot of protein. So, I mean, I feel like it's a good source of protein. I'm not sure how it would taste, but if you cook it right, the right seasonings and spices, anything can be good. We've made
Except for
Grasshopper.
Metagross.
Except for Metagross. But we've made Grasshopper and Cricket Tacos on my YouTube channel before. Let's be frank, but we'll talk about that later. I'm not going to eat them all through a butterfly. I'm not going to eat a cocoon. Yeah. Wurmple's the only option here. I give it a 4. You're right.
Yeah. Anyways, dead.
Easy. They're bugs. I get it. They have superpowers, but they're bugs.
They're bugs.
Dustox would be harder because they can long-range poison you.
But then again, okay, anything with a long-range attack could just shoot you. It's like a gun. It's like, okay, you give an animal, like the animal a gun, it kills you.
They're slow. They're not very fast. Really Wait. We said base human speed was like 55 to 60.
I'm going with 60. My speed is 60.
65 base speed.
Ah, dang it.
So they're just barely faster than baseball bat. Metal baseball bat. They're done.
Do you think you could deflect a shadow ball with a baseball bat?
It's not a physical object, so it might just go through the bat.
But you are a Why does it hit a Pokemon but not like if you launch a shadow ball at a tree, it would break the tree, or would it? Or would it make a little boom mark on it?
It might just make a boom mark. Man, how does shadow ball work in the real world? I don't know. I don't know if we can sit here and dissect this for hours.
I think it's not that fast.
No.
Right? So it'll shoot a move at you.
Yes.
And then but in turn order, it would shoot the move at you.
Yeah.
Let's just say it's shooting it in a beam at you. You block it with a baseball bat. You get up next to it, and you crunch the baseball bat into its stupid little head.
Have you been imagining all these fights as if there was a turn order?
No.
Okay,
but I am just saying, as an excuse.
Yes.
There's a turn order, right? If something has a really high speed, then it goes first. But then your Pokemon
you
still
have
gets
the
to
opportunity to
and I'm just saying
it
that.
back.
Let's say my speed is 60 and its speed is 65. All right, it moves first, and then I hit right after.
Oh, and moths.
It's not like it has double my speed.
Yeah, moths and butterflies are extremely fragile. You can rip.
Oh yeah.
I've never done this. I promise. I love insects. But you can rip the wings off a butterfly so easily.
How do you know that, Frank? Hey,
They're
Frank,
bugs.
How do you know that?
They're bugs. They're not put
together. They could be put together really well.
They're not.
You ever had bug leather?
No, that doesn't exist. Yeah, so I think even if they get me with like a string shot or something, I just put my arm out, let it wrap my arm, and then I just go for it. I grab its wing, rip it off, and I stomp it into the dust.
Yeah.
I give myself a 90% chance to beat this thing. If it can string shot my legs together, then fine. It has a much better chance. But if it gets close enough and my arms are still able to grab and grip, they're done.
I think it string shots my leg. Even if it string shots my legs together, I crawl and just grab it. As long as you can grapple it human style, just start mushing into it.
Yeah.
It's a freaking.
They're not strong. Bugs can be crushed under a person's thumb. Granted, these Pokemon are going to have a bit more meat to them. They're bigger.
But we are two burly boys.
Yes, who played Pokemon in our youth. If I got my flat hand against one of these Pokemon and just applied force towards the ground, I would be able to crush it.
Yeah.
Easily.
I give myself an 80% chance.
I'm going with
90. I have the bullet theory, where any beam move is like a bullet.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. But you just have to dodge. And I don't know.
Bullets are famously easy to... No, Shadow Ball's pretty
Shadow
slow.
Ball, Energy Ball, I don't think they move as fast as a bullet.
Yeah.
I think they move maybe 15 miles per hour. I don't know.
Sure.
I don't know. Regardless, I'm giving myself a 90% chance. With bare hands, maybe 80. Maybe 75 even. With a baseball bat, 90.
Okay.
I got this.
Yeah, I think I'm going 80 with a baseball bat and 75 barehanded. Because I think I can push my...
Yeah, it wouldn't be too
hands
hard.
into it.
Jokum, shake my hand.
We're shaking hands right now.
This is our longest episode yet. 45 minutes, baby.
What an accomplishment.
As of now, by the time I finish the outro, it might be 46. Speaking of which, thank you all so very much. Did you want to say something else?
Well, you didn't take into account editing.
Oh, yeah, we're going to edit a little bit of this out.
Yeah, you're going to look like a fool.
We'll see who's the fool in the end. If I keep talking a little bit, it could end up being 45 in the end.
Thanks so very much for watching.
If you enjoyed this episode, why don't you rate it 5 stars? And if you want more Pokemon from me, I talk about Pokemon on my YouTube channel, Let's Be Frank, all the time. That's not all I do. I talk about other things like Legos. I cook every now and again and share cool recipes. But Pokemon is a very reoccurring topic. If you want to hear more from Jokum,
That's me.
that's him. We do a series on my channel called Taboo Foods. That's what I was referencing earlier when talking about eating bugs. We make things that are weird or odd to a lot of people, like grasshopper and cricket tacos, or we did the unthinkable and made mussels and Alfredo, mixing, what was the problem with that? It was like a white sauce mixed with mussel.
We have culinary friends who are insistent that you don't mix like white sauce and
with
seafood.
Yeah,
They
so
have a big
apparently
problem with that.
mussels or seafood is a red sauce thing. That's how Taboo Foods was birthed. But trust me, we've gotten a lot weirder since then. Like, Taboo Foods has led us to eat bull testicles. Go watch that episode on my YouTube channel. But with all that being said, this before editing is a 47-minute video. How cool. New personal best. What are you doing? Oh, you think that counts?
Frank is a fool.
We have a lot of extra space sitting in this video. This may not be our longest ever, but it sure is close.
Fool.
I
Where's
know.
the fool's cap for the fool?
You know what? Next episode, if this ends up being our longest, I will flick Jokum's forehead right in front of the mic so you can all hear it.
Okay, fine.
This has been your Certified Pokey Moment.